the neck of the iodine
Oop.
bottle and let the bitter fluid drip into
Man, I'm so ready for this lesson
sizzle
tomorrow.
of cane sweat.
Lit
Okay, so
is
the first thing
lit.
you need to look for
Let me
is,
put
can
this
I make an inference?
PowerPoint.
Is there something
Kids
in the
gonna be
text
on virtual learning.
that allows me to
What?
infer?
Lindy,
I don't really see that, but
Lindy,
the
are
next
you
thing I
okay?
can look at is
Lindy,
definition.
Lindy, you keep talking to yourself. What are you doing?
I'm practicing my thinking jobs for class tomorrow.
We're teaching the same lesson. I got the PowerPoint already. It's going hard. It's clear. People know what to do. Got my power board. But you're talking. What are you doing?
I'm doing my ThinkAloud. You've never done a ThinkAloud before, Rodney?
ThinkAloud. No.
It's the way that I teach my students the thinking jobs that they need to do in order to be successful in a task.
We tell them how to do it, they do it, and they just learn like that. Like, that's what teaching is.
Rodney, you're an expert.
Oh,
Okay?
I am
You're
an expert. I
Teachers
am.
are experts, right?
Okay.
But our students are not experts yet. It's our job to make them experts. But there's something called expert bias that you have to be aware of. Did you know that teachers often leave out 70% of the critical information needed to be successful in a skill? That critical information is often observable steps and mental processes, thinking jobs that your brain is doing in order to be successful.
That makes total sense. Because when I be telling people how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, I don't tell them my secret tricks to it. We'll cut off the edges.
Well, lucky for you, Rodney, we have a strategy. It's called ThinkAloud.
Okay.
Let me show you how it works.
Okay.
All right, here's the criteria for success. First, you must be efficient. You have to be well planned to know exactly what it is you want your students to take away from your ThinkAloud so that you can complete it within 5 minutes.
Pacing is what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Sometimes as experts, I like to just keep talking about it since I know so much about it. I just keep going and going and going and going and going.
Be efficient, Rodney.
And keep going. Like I'm doing right now. So I gotta be efficient.
Exactly.
What's next on there?
Next is to be explicit, directly naming out the steps and the processes so that your students know explicitly what the learning objective is. What are all of these steps and processes going to actually get you to accomplish?
So don't say, y'all know what to do next, in your ThinkAloud.
Correct.
I
You
should
want to be
probably-
explicit about what skill students are accomplishing in that process.
I've done that before. Now that you taught me that, I will be more explicit. What's next?
You do that through thinking jobs. Directly naming, what is my brain doing as I'm accomplishing this task? You have to really stop and think about your thinking. We call that metacognition.
Yes! I love that word!
It's a great word, but we don't always do it effectively as teachers. So you have to make sure you're thinking about your thinking so that you can teach your students how to think.
Glass strategy. Just go ahead.
And finally, you're going to give them steps and strategies to be successful. The more concrete and sequential, the more you can stamp and restamp that process each time so your students can be effective.
It's like when you do the cha-cha slide, everybody feels like they can do that no matter what dancing capabilities you are, because it's just like slide to the left, slide to the right, right? I need to put them through our lesson in that way so kids are able to either slide to the left, slide to the right, two
The
hops
artist
this
who
time.
created that song was an expert.
He was an
Expert
expert.
dancer.
Okay.
He decided to break it down so that everybody can feel like an expert on the dance floor. Don't you, when you hear that song, run out to the dance floor because you know exactly how to be successful? It's because he taught you through his ThinkAloud. He's taking that inner monologue and he's making it outward.
These dances. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. That's another one.